Hunt is back in the building on Amagosibo Live. The game ended 1-1. Bidvest Wits 1, Kaizer Chiefs 1. My guy, what did you think of that disappointing result?
I don't know what to think about this disappointing result because we played so well, only for us to actually throw it away towards the diamonds of the game. Lapse of concentration, and we have been that has been our weakness for years now. That lapse of concentration towards the end of the game, really, it has been our weakness. But just before I carry on, just to answer my brother Jordan Mumbali, that look, I didn't cross over to any team whatsoever, all right? But it's just that I just don't know how to feel. I don't know whether I should be satisfied with the 1 point or whether I should be so disappointed, because I can understand his frustration. I can understand his disappointment with the result. And it's not like we're at fault that no, it was 1-1. I mean, you have a look at the many chances that we have actually created. We have created far more better goal scoring opportunities than Bidvest Wits have. I mean, Bidvest Wits were basically, focusing on getting bodies behind the ball, and they were relying on counter attack most of the time. But what I am actually questioning here is, when we are going forward, especially on a counter attack, where is the urgency? Where is the urgency? Because and I'll give you a couple of examples. The first one was towards the end of the first half, when Castro actually had the ball, and it was a counter attack after Wits had an attempt at goal. And the counter attack was actually started by Manyama. And the moment Manyama laid off the ball to Castro, he was literally jogging. And it's like he was so indecisive as to whether he should pass to Nurkovic, who was wide open to his right, or whether he should just, look where the goalkeeper is and then try and lob it over.
I was also getting a bit frustrated and angry at that moment. I'm like, there's 2 or 3 guys there. Why are you not passing the ball? And he's like, that was a proper counter attack. That's how you kill teams.
We could have wrapped it up in the first half, right? Because I was just watching the game with my dad, and we both agreed that, look, we should have wrapped this game up in the first half. We should have been up by 3 goals, right? We wouldn't have minded that Cole Alexander goal that he scored towards the end of the match, had we converted our chances properly. But now, because of us lacking in that department of converting our chances properly, that's the punishment that we get. I mean, another example is Kama Billiard as well. Now, I don't know what's up with Billiard these days, because what I find really shocking is that he's in the second season at Kaizer Chiefs, but he has only scored 1 goal in the league. He has only scored 1 goal in the league. He has played so many games, but when he was given an opportunity, it's like he's not utilizing it to full effect. Now, whenever Belletta has the ball, one would expect him to do something that would be quite effective for us. I mean, when you're expecting him to pass the ball, he doesn't pass. When you're expecting him to shoot, he doesn't shoot. That is what we saw today. Billiard really needs to step it up.
I think he lost possession quite a few times cheaply, very cheaply.
Too easily. And I couldn't agree with you more, Mish. I mean, really, for a player that is actually being paid a ridiculous amount of money, who's actually the highest paid player in the league, with that kind of performance, that is really unacceptable. Really unacceptable, and he really needs to step it up as well. And but other than that, a lot of the guys played well. Some of the guys still need to be match fit, and I was expecting guys to actually have tired legs because of this extended lockdown and this long lockdown as well. So I expected it because that is what I saw on Saturday with the Nedbank Cup semi-finals. A lot of tired legs were there. Even last night's game between Sundowns and Pirates, a lot of tired legs there. So I was expecting the same as well, and I saw what I expected. There were a lot of tired legs. You see with the likes of who's this Castro. He had to come off because he has a little bit of a niggle on his hamstring. Then you have the likes of Sussman as well. Had to come off. Quite a few starters for today's game that actually had to come off just so they could just rest their legs as well. Because I can just about imagine what these players were actually going through during the lockdown as well. I mean, a lot of them they haven't reached that peak as of yet. And if you have a look at a team like Bidvest Wits, who actually had a bit of an advantage because they started their first game on Saturday, which was the semi-final. So they are getting used to it now. They're getting used to getting their legs warm, and for us, it was just our first game. But other than that, I'm going to reiterate, Chiefs should have wrapped it up in the first half. They should have wrapped it up by 3 goals at least.
And are you happy with the team that? I mean, I was quite happy. I mean, I was surprised at first at the team that Middendorp put out, but it was more his substitutes that I wasn't. I mean, I was a bit second guessing because not to take off Billiard, and then also, like, I understand the players are injured. I mean, he could have put on Bacchus instead, and he brought on Jabula Blom, Zuma. I mean, Zuma's always a staple substitute. That's fine. But I thought Bacchus could have at least made a difference in the middle, taking out some of those tired players, you know? What do you think?
No, I agree with you 100%. I mean, Billiard shouldn't have played the whole game. We saw that he was just carrying tired legs. He just didn't have that energy to finish the game. So what we needed was more of a creative player like Kieran Marcus to actually add to that creativity in the midfield now that we don't have George Maleka anymore. And then most probably Middendorp could have played who's this Kambole. My worry about Kambole is that is he ready now? Is he ready now? Is he ready to prove his worth? Because every time he was just given a chance to actually play, he just wasn't showing it. He wasn't showing any progression. So I'm hoping that he shows that progression. And probably he will be played in the next game against Polokwane City, which, by the way, it's not going to be an easy game, considering the fact that
I don't think there are any easy games now because everyone is kind of on the same level because everyone's fitness is just.
Yeah, we're on the same level playing field with everybody else. That's how unpredictable this league is. So, which is why I'm even afraid to call it now as to are we really going to make it all the way? I mean, I understand what Nurkovic said in his post-match interview. It said that, look, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you draw, but it's all about who actually finishes first. Who actually finishes first, regardless of those results as well. So, on my side, in as much as it's a disappointing result, and that result shouldn't have happened, but I will take it. I don't have a choice. I'll just take it because, because at least
you're saying you'll take the result, but can we accept also that the referee was in the linesman, which is also rubbish in some of the calls, especially the offside. Let's talk about the offside goal. The goal was clearly onside. I don't know about DJ. Look, he saw something else. But I saw there was a huge gap. The gap was this big. It
was actually behind.
Exactly, that's what I mean. So much behind, and I don't know how that ref called that. I don't know. Maybe I also need to see it again.
Now, you know what? That was clearly onside. It was clearly onside. It did not need any VAR whatsoever, even though they were showing the slow motion on optical illusion. But even optical illusion was showing us that Manyama was actually onside. So that should have
One of the
counted.
Wits
They should
players
have
on the other side was actually playing him on. That's the thing.
exactly. They
So,
were playing him on, and now. And it's just those silly errors that these referees tend to make, these match officials tend to make, that would really mess up the game sometimes. But I'm just all hoping that the players have actually learned from tonight's game, and they must just carry it over to Saturday's game. Saturday is actually a must-win for us. And
you have to.
we
You have
we
to win.
don't that because the last thing we need is for us to actually have this feeling of stage fright, because we are sitting pretty at the top there, only 4 points clear. But what exactly are we doing about it now? Because Sundowns, they are literally breathing down our necks now. They really want to challenge us right till the death. And if we want to be in a comfortable position going into the 27th of August when we face Sundowns, we're going to have to collect maximum points. We're going to have to collect maximum points. And we have 3 games to collect maximum points before we actually take on Sundowns. And it is a must win for us. For all those 3 games in a row, we need to win those games in order for us to actually sit comfortably as well. I mean, right before lockdown, we were so confident that, hey, we're actually going to go into the Sundowns clash having been given a God of Honor. But now look at what is happening now. It seems like it's not going to be happening if we're going to be, dishing out the results at this rate, at the rate in which we are dishing out results. So we don't want to lose momentum. We don't want to drop the ball. And we really need to make sure that whatever games we're playing, we play it to the best of our ability, and we just win. All we need to do is to just win.
Yeah.
Sami Nurkovic, Sami Nurkovic, he deserved the man of the match. He did. I mean, even though he had a bit of a sloppy start, but as the game progressed, he actually really showed signs of hunger. He was playing like a typical Sami Nurkovic. He was threatening, and he was keeping the Wits defense on their toes, and that is what a striker is supposed to do. So he actually deserved it. Even though both goalkeepers for both sides, they played very well. From Wits' point of view, I'd say Cole Alexander, he did the goods actually. He did very well. He was actually doing the spade work for most of the game, and he actually managed to do quite well. So yeah, so and it's just so unfortunate that for a team as a historic as Wits, with such a historic background, historic history, they're going into their last season ever before handing over the reins to TTM. One can actually see why Wits were actually pulling their socks up towards the end of the game. They wanted to come away with something. They really did not want to lose 2 games in a row at the same venue. I mean, this is a venue that they are actually used to playing at, and we are actually not used to playing at Orlando Stadium. Last time we played at Orlando Stadium was in 2013, but it was just once off because it was a cup competition. But it's still no excuse, because even the players that we have, in our squad that played tonight, they know what it's like to play at Orlando. So they have no excuse whatsoever. They have no excuse whatsoever. They need to actually step it up again and actually perform. That's the final third. We are lacking decisiveness there. All right, we are lacking the decisiveness there, and really we need to really make decisions faster. We can't be slow. We cannot be slow.
Thanks, Hunter. Thanks so much, man. Thanks for your time.
You're watching Amakosi for Live. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel below, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Amakosi for Live, and give us a like on Facebook.